Hey, it's Stephanie. It's been a while since I've had a card video on my channel, but let's get into it. That's what we're doing today. So today we're going to create these two cards. I'm going to be using stuff from Altenew, and I'm going to be using these dies from Pink and Maine. I think I have a couple other things, but as we go through the video, I'll be letting you know what it is that I'm using. The first part of this card is getting these nested dies to work and getting them through my die cutting machine, my Spellbinder. So I think I had to do this several different times because I had a unique like kind of nested look that I wanted to go for, and I kept getting messed up on how to put the dies in there the right way. But either way, we got through it. Now I'm going to be using this Altenew stamp in my stamp press to get a really good impression of this stamp on the smaller piece of paper. I will say I don't this stamp press is no longer sold. It was by Holtz. I think it had something to do with the Misty, like whoever owns that supposedly owned the patent for a stamp press, but like stamp press have been going on for like hundreds of years, so I don't understand it. Like nothing about her Misty was so unique that it deserved a patent. It was just weird. But anyway, so Tim Holtz took his stamp press offline, and something must have happened because now We Are Memory Makers has a stamp press. Michael's Recollections has a stamp press. There's a couple of different things. I don't know what they're doing to make them tangibly different enough not to run afoul of that patent. But anyway, it was a big legal drama a couple of years ago, but I already had mine and I'm not going to stop using it. I do think the Tim Holtz one was a superior product. Now, you see me coloring this in. I actually had these old alcohol markers from Michael's. Don't buy those. Like, did you see how those nibs look? Don't buy those. Now, I did mess up on my coloring a little bit, and I have this Copic white paint, so I'm just going to color over that and make it a little bit better. I messed that up on the top. I was trying to make like a shiny feather, and you see where all that you see the dot from where I tried to wipe that up? It just messed it up, so I'm going to fix that later. Here, you see me about to create the sentiment for my card, because that's going to be what I do to cover it up. I'm going to heat emboss white on top of this black paper, and I'm going to use that to cover up where I messed up on the tip of that feather, and no one's ever going to know. We have happy little accidents. So this comes from that same Altenew stamp set, and I forget what the name of it was, but I bought it like either at the beginning of this year or the beginning of last year, but I'll link it down below. And I have this piece of paper, so I did release this video today, the flip through for where this paper came from. It was like the Eucalyptus set from Recollections. My Michaels has all of a sudden had like a renaissance in card making, and they've been making those products way more available. They've restocked that. I've been seeing the paper punches come back. It probably has something to do with Joann's going out of business, unfortunately. But anyway, a lot of their stuff is back, and I've been enjoying going in there and collecting some of those paper punches that have been damaged over the years, because I had like all of Michael's paper punches. So I'm gluing these nested rectangles in, and they do have the stitching on the side. I did think it was a little plain, so I added this silver ribbon that I had just laying around, and then I'm going to glue down my sentiment. I did not have any dimensional dots. I wish I did, although I would have put that up there, but I didn't. So this card will just have to be flat. And this is what we got. I think it's nice. So let's move on to the next card. This next card, I didn't have any pre-made card bases, so I'm just going to make some card bases out of some white cardstock that I had on my desk. Cut it in half, and then fold those in half, and you have two white card bases. I also had that black paper from the sentiment that I cut out. I am a no waste kind of a person, so even though this didn't necessarily fit exactly on the card, we're going to make some design choices, and that's going to be a part of it. Like, again, I am a no waste person. I do not want to waste anything that's on my desk. Oh, so these dies actually came from Michael's as well. Like I said, they've been revamping their whole card making section. I would have loved to have gotten these dies from somebody online, but they're hard to find. I don't know exactly who sells the letter ones. Either way, these came from Michael's. They were good and well enough. So I did these with paper. I did run this through. I did run two different sets of paper through twice. I didn't show that on the video because once you see it once, you kind of know what it looks like. And I'm gonna glue my letters down. So this is just going to be a nice simple hello card. What I like about this card is due to the color, it kind of looks like it's a good masculine card. So I could send this to one of my friends or give it to one of my brothers or my cousins, anybody like that. And then the great thing about it is it's not like it has like XY chromosomes all over it. So I can also give it to a woman as well. Doesn't really matter. It's just this one is a good, it can go either way kind of one. So here we are. I'm about to do another sentiment with white on top of this black background. Now you see I put the little static press down there. You put powder down there so then the static doesn't attract little particles from your heat embossing powder and stay in there. It helps it just get right off, and then it doesn't really mess anything up later on down the line. So I did have a couple little stragglers despite the powder. And so I just got the paintbrush and got that out of there. And here we are with the next card. So I do have one more card here. And let's get into that one. Like I said, I'm trying to use up this whole sheet of green paper. I do not want to let it sit on my desk. And I also had all those black letters, so I wanted to use that as well. So I'm lining this up. I'm doing the horizontal or either vertical cut apart page. Depends on how you want to use it. I'm going to use this brown. And it's crazy because I don't know, depending on how you look at it, like it has all these different colors in it. It was just when you use a page from a cut apart, all of them go together. Like everything within this whole stack of a paper pad goes together, and it gives you a lot of different unique looks. So I honestly didn't know what word I was going to make out of this. I just wound up using what was on the table, and I came out with the word brunch. Now, I will say, I made like a menu for my husband for his birthday about all the things that we could do for his birthday. This honestly could go in that same vein. This could honestly be a brunch menu that you make, or you could ask one of your friends to go to brunch with you, something like that. But I do like the way this came out. And again, I was just trying to make whatever word I had left because I didn't want to run anything back through my machine. And gluing these letters down is, whew, how do you spell something incorrectly while you're gluing it down? Like, it's a new level. But once I realized that I had the wrong letter, that I was gluing the wrong letter down, I just wanted to make sure I had enough space to put that in there. So I put the N down to hold its place and then put the C down. And you can't even tell. Now, those lines are super thin, so I used the end of my paintbrush to make sure that it stayed stuck down. The good thing is the glue that I'm using does glue down clear once it dries, so you won't see it. And that's that card. So if you've been here with me this long, we've made 3 cards today. I know I said 2, so sorry about that. But if you want to see more card videos, like and subscribe. I'll be here again, and then I'm still doing my bullet journal, and that'll come out next week.